Hey everybody, how's it going? Well, welcome back. It's not Thursday; it's actually Friday. So back to the old garage time cave a little late this week. But hey, you did get a fun little video of a fun little drive with some Artie Shaw blasting in the background. So I hope you enjoyed that little clip. It was just a 3-minute little video, but hey, sometimes the short ones are sweet and fun. We're burning an old standard, an old American classic. Today we're burning this first generation Dietz Little Wizard. Yeah, this is a nice burner. This is an eBay purchase from a month or so ago. A couple months actually, I think. But it's I haven't done anything to it. It's still dirty. Still got its garage dirt on it from wherever it came. But yeah, it burns nice. So I'm just enjoying that out here with a little bit of what is this? Oliver Twist, or yeah, Oliver Twist. It's good stuff. It's very nice, a little sweet, very subtle aromatic. Very nice. So, what we got sharing today? Well, you probably saw the thumbnail. I hope you did. You have to click on it, right? Indeed. Well, without further ado, this 1869 patented May 4. I've finally decided what I'm going to do with it. That's right. And what I'm going to do with it, I am going to remove the paint. I know. A lot of you, well, not a lot, but a few of you have voiced your opinions about this, and that the red paint is really neat. And that has a lot of character, you know? I agree. It does. But it was painted much later on in its life. Well, seeing that it's from the 1870s, the 1930s and 40s, this is pretty late for considering its travel through history. I know it's come a longer way from then, before that, but you know, it's several years. Well, let's see. Let's see. No, you know, it was pretty old by that 1930s, but a lantern that was made on the tail end of the 60s to the early 70s. I mean, that's amazing, really. A no-fill spout, a spoutless tubular. Yeah, it's cool. But anyways, I feel that it's worth removing the paint a little bit and seeing what's going on underneath. And I really do. So before I do that, I have to seal it. It does have a small leak in the fountain, and as you can see, there's some dents. There's dents in the skirt, so that means the solder, there's a bend. So the solder failed because it's a two-piece fount. So the solder around the skirt here failed because of the bends and the dents. So, I mean, I've burned it, as you know, I've burned it before. And, well, I'm just going to, while the paint's still on there, I'm just going to clean the fount out, and then I'm going to clean it inside and then seal it. And then once it seals, then I'll remove the paint and we'll be good to go. But that's the announcement I wanted to make on this. I probably won't clean the globe because it's pretty cool. It does look like it has a little bit of glass cancer right back here, and it feels a little rough. And that's not because I burned it. No, I burned it, but not for very long at all. And that was there before. It was there when I acquired this lantern. So it's been there for a long time, and it blends in. You don't really notice it well with the dirty globe. So yeah, I probably won't clean this globe. Probably leave it just as it is. So, you know, there is a little spot of red, I think, on this globe. So they probably left the globe in it when they painted it. But yeah, the paint's no later than the 50s. I would say it's no later than the 50s. Painted probably 40s or 50s, maybe a little earlier. But, you know, yeah, it's aged. It's good. If this was any other lantern, I would leave it. I love old red paint. You know me. I've had this conversation with you guys. But this is such a rare and unusual and unique first generation RE Dietz. I'm gonna strip it. And I know it was a tough decision. I had to take a lot of time and just kind of let the lantern just, you know, work on me a little bit, because I don't want to sound crazy like lanterns talk to me, but those collectors out there, you know what I'm talking about. If you look at something, you just kind of vibe off of it, right? You're just like, okay, you know, you just kind of get an idea of what you think you should do with these things, and they will eventually just kind of direct you in the way that they should be treated. And I know that's the case for me. I know that sounds crazy, but it's okay. That's going to be stripped. So, sorry guys. The old number O spoutless Dietz is going to be, you know, it's going to be not a clean thing. I'm going to remove the paint and see what's going on underneath. It's going to probably be tough because there might be some rust underneath that paint or patina that might be holding to the paint will hold to it probably a little better than I want. But you know, we'll do it. We'll remove the paint and it'll be a good thing. So yeah. So hopefully you guys will be looking forward to seeing how it comes out. I have faith that it'll come out really nice, and it will still look like an antique, and that's my whole scope that I want to go for. As you've seen other lanterns I've stripped, they still look like an antique piece, but they're not overly cleaned or restored, as some people call it. You know, in all intents and purposes, restoring something is kind of... I understand about restoring antique cars, aircraft, vehicles of any variety, or some tools or other things that are antique that definitely look proper, being as new as possible. But with these old tin lanterns, you know, I think there's a charm about them looking old, because they are. I mean, this thing's 150 plus years old. Yeah. So it's one of those deals, but you know, I think this thing is going to come out nice. It has a brass cone, which is probably original. And I'd say that at one time it was shiny brass. It's dulled and oxidized by now. But it was definitely kept in a more or less dry environment. And, you know, it's preserved the brass so it didn't go too dark. But the paint did, you know, get that, you know, scaly texture to it that old paint will do sometimes given the right circumstances. And I like that effect. It's something that can't be duplicated, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to getting the paint off of the draft tube at least to start with, so I can see the patents. I can see the patents stamped into the draft tube. And yeah, this will be a fun project. So I will clean out the fount with some acetone and seal it. And then once it's done with that, then I will start stripping it. So next week, I should have something else to share. I'll have something more about this particular piece. I should have some updates regarding it. So, but anyways, we're going to just enjoy this little wizard right now. And as I said, this is a first generation wizard, little wizard. Let's see. Is it 1913? I think so. No, 16? Oh no, it's 13. It is 13. Yeah. 16 is the day. Patented 1613. So, yeah. I don't see the month on there, but the day is the 16th of some month. Anyways. But these came out right about the same time as the Top Lift D-Light. And at the same time, the number 2 size wizard, which was the first wizard lantern, was just called the Wizard. And it had a rising cone. And it had pretty much all the same design as this, but just a number 2 size. And then the Little Wizard came out right around the same time, or just a little later than that. And then the Top Lift D-Light was, you know, it was a crossover. That came out in 1913 or late 1912, May of 1912 actually. So yeah, I mean these Dietz cold blast lanterns are. You look at them and you really don't know sometimes what you're looking at. You just think, oh, it's a Dietz lantern, it's no big deal. But if you know what you're looking at, you might find something that's an earlier model, an earlier example. And those are fun to have because, well, they're not as easy to find. So anyone can find a Little Wizard. Heck, they have them still brand new. You can buy a Little Wizard just brand new. It's a different design than the originals. But you still can buy a fairly new Dietz Little Wizard lantern. I'm not sure if Dietz is still making lanterns since the Chinese government took over their plant. But I have to do a little research and find out about that. But hey, 13 little wizard. It's a good thing. I found it on eBay and paid a very, very reasonable price for it. But anyways, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a thing to it except for just burning it and enjoying it. It doesn't have any rust. It just has some nice dark aged metal and some dust and little crud on it. So it's good. I like it. So cool stuff. Well, friends, today's going to be a little bit shorter of a video. I don't have too much else to share at the moment, but that's okay. Sometimes we don't need to go 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, because, well, you have 2 videos this week, so that's a blessing, right? I think so. Hope that you enjoy it, and we will be seeing you guys. Hey, how's it going? We'll be seeing you guys, next week, and with maybe some more updates on the number O tubular redietz. So with that being said, now the airplanes have been cued, and they're now entering the scene with the sounds of aviation, and we will bid you farewell for this week, and see you Thursday. We'll shoot for Thursday. Hopefully I'll be on time this week, next week. And we'll have some holiday content coming your way the closer we get to Christmas. And we'll do some fun stuff. And of course, the annual New Year's light up. I'm not gonna let that slide this year. I'm gonna do it. I did last year, but we've got some fun things to share that I acquired this year. So we'll show some of these smattering of lanterns that I purchased this year specifically, and then we'll do a light up and share a video and a few photos and whatnot. So also, of course, as always, a cordial invite for other collectors to join that and send them to lots of trains. Now, I know Ken hasn't been making any videos. He's been taking a little bit of a sabbatical on his channel, but I think by the time New Year starts rolling around, I think he might do the annual light up. I hope so. Ken, if you're watching, I hope that you do plan on it, because I plan on sending you a video and some photos so you can make your slideshow. Hopefully it does pan out. If not, yeah, everyone's allowed to take a year off, right? Okay, no pressure at all. But just keep it on your calendars, the New Year's Eve light up. And should be fun. All right, guys, take it easy, and we'll be prepared to usher in 2024 and all those good things that hopefully it will bring. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.